attention. John Wick. You're not very good at retiring.
Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey Howard, here to review John Wick 2, starring Keanu Reeves. Yes, John Wick is back. And if you saw the first John Wick, you had to. If you didn't, you must be like under a rock or from another planet. It was one of the most popular, successful action films ever. And Keanu Reeves just plays that character so well. If you're thinking, well, John Wick 2 is back, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. Absolutely. This is an action lover's dream movie. And if you saw the first one, you know there's a high body count. First of all, let me set it up. Keanu Reeves is an assassin. He's in retirement. In the first movie, the Russian mob made him angry, came out of retirement, killed everyone that made him angry, went back. And of course now, part two, someone else makes him angry. He has a marker, a blood marker, where he has to do a job or everyone in the assassin community will come after him. He's ostracized. So, he goes kicking and screaming in order to do this, to fulfill this blood marker. And when he does that, things get even more crazy. So the plot is very thin, but you know what? We're not here to have a complex story. We're here to see Keanu Reeves just do his stuff.
You have no idea what's coming.
You want a war? Or do you want to just give me a gun?
And he does his stuff in some of the most amazing action sequences I have ever seen. So when just think of the pressure that's on Keanu. He has to do not only carry the movie almost in every scene, but he's doing all this physical action. So say you're in a scene with him and you're doing a hand-to-hand combat, or you're one of the bad guys that get killed, right? You train with him for that scene, but he has to do maybe 40 scenes of where he's doing some physical action. It is exhausting to think what Keanu went through, and I just so respect him, what he does for his fans.
So we take Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, tactical three-gun, standing judo, and put it all together, and then we come up with what we call gun fu.
Also, there's a great joining of reteaming of the Matrix cast, because we have Laurence Fishburne as a guy who runs like the underground homeless people who has eyes and ears. He's a gangster. He really is. And it's cool to see this exchange with these guys because you just get nostalgic for the Matrix. One thing that I really love about these films is not only the action and just kind of, how graphic this stuff is, but of course, the underground assassins network. The assassins have their own network. They have their own hotels. They have their own currency. They have their own rules. And I had a friend of mine saying, well, wait a minute, all this shooting going on and all these action sequences, where are the police? Where are the cops? But if you remember in the first movie, Jimmy came by his house after all the shooting that was going on. He's like, hey, John, you working again? There's an understanding between law enforcement or our world and the assassin world. I think it seems like it's been going on for a long time, because in this movie, they expand that, gives us a glimpse into that world. I mean, they have their own offices, they have their own people running phone lines, and it's also kind of retro looking, even though it's very high tech with all the weapons and everything. So it's really cool to see their currency and how they take a hit out on somebody, or how the whole Assassin's network works and how they communicate. So it's really cool. It is. So if you're not squeamish, there's some scenes in this movie where I was like, whoa, it kind of like the violence got a little bit too much for me at times. But overall, watching Keanu Reeves play John Wick is just so amazing. And you got all the people back from the first one doing cameos, giving their one-liners again. I won't give away any spoilers. There's very few of them. But John Wick 2 is just one of the most exciting action films in the January-February doldrums of movies, where they dump all these crappy films. We have John Wick 2, who's just so exciting and so graphic that if you're an action fanatic, this is the movie you have to see. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. I'm Jeffrey Howard, who lost count after 50 kills in this movie. I'll see you next time.